So today was the second time that the insulators came out to finish up. So Tim and I spent the morning retaping and covering up all the windows and the doors and stuff, find the spots that they needed to work on. They had missed some spots and had some issues. They had getting ready to leave, and Tim walked out and he's like, "Are you guys done? Because there's still stuff that needs to be scraped." So they stopped and came back in, and then Tim, while they were working, Tim went and was hooking up or changing some things on the solar array to hook up the generator to that, and they left. Had we known the mess it would have made and the residual mess, we would have gone a different route. So it's really disheartening.
Okay, I'm going through the house one more time. The spray foamers are supposed to come back out tomorrow morning to hit some spots that I found were light. Sometimes I found holes clear through to the decking or to the sheeting. So I'm trying to get all that taken care of, and there's some areas I didn't shave off. So Christmas is over with. We spent a lot of time cleaning. So I cleaned until about 1 o'clock in the morning before the girls came out. That was the day before Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Eve morning, I went through and cleaned a bunch more too. And then the day after Christmas, we cleaned a bunch more. So now everything is pretty well cleaned, but they're going to have to come back and hit some spots that they missed. So I'm going to be going through now and using my spray paint to mark some areas again. So that one was completely covered up, and there was a small hole, probably no bigger than like that. And stuck my finger in there and just kept going. Put my whole arm in there. So I ripped that section off and ripped a little chunk out of the next one too, because all the way to the roof decking. That really concerns me about other places in the house that are that way too. Got another section in here that was kind of the same way. Right up in there. One little hole. You can stick your finger in there and feel cold air. Reached in and my hand just kept going. So another thing we've noticed is that sound. So you think you get insulation, it would actually keep the sound down. Well, come to find out, spray foam is horrible at sound reduction. In fact, it can actually increase sound transfer because you've now, when sound waves hit your studs, it'll go through your studs. Well, the spray foam adheres to your studs and sheeting and drywall and everything, whatever you have up, and now makes it one large transfer of sound waves. So we put a little TV in the living room area, and I bought a carpet remnant to put that down so we could have something to sit on while we're opening presents and things like that. And we were amazed by how you could hear that TV anywhere in the house as if it was you were sitting in the room. So it turns out that's what made us look to see what if, the insulation, noise reduction factor of insulation, of spray foam insulation, and there is none. It's just, I'm sure it's not louder, but it sure seems like it's louder. I'm really kicking myself. This has actually been kind of a mess and a disaster. I'm a pretty neat person. I want things to look nice and orderly, and they're not nice and orderly. It's just awful. So for someone like me, this is kind of killing me. It looks better now that it's actually foamed, but the garage is a big thing I'm having an issue with. I'll walk out there real quick. Is I want to sheet or drywall the ceiling now, because of how it looks and all the drips and just like that. I just think this looks kind of awful. But then also I'm concerned about it absorbing smells into the insulation, so that's not good either. So I want to get this sheeted. Natalie wants to just leave it as it is so we can start moving stuff into the garage. In my opinion, now is the time to do it. If you've got everything exposed, it's 10 times easier to do it now than it would be to do it later. So I've already looked at some prices on just putting some sheeting up. It'd be about $2,300, and I've already got the nails and stuff, so $2,300 is just the sheeting. And if I did drywall, it would be less than half of that. The nice thing about sheeting though is once you've nailed it up, it's done. There is no taping and texturing and dust falling everywhere in 2 weeks of going through that whole process. It's just done. So we'll see if we want to weigh the cost of drywall or not, or I could just put drywall up and just not finish it too. Just get it screwed up there and then just not do anything with it. At least I think that would look a little bit better anyways. Again, I'm just overwhelmingly disappointed with how this turned out. If I go back in time, I would definitely do rock wool. I think that the cost would have been cheaper. The sound deadening capabilities would have been a lot better, and it would have been less messy. And I could have done it myself. So the bid for all this spray foam was $13,000, and I think I think this is the worst mistake I could have possibly made, was to go spray foam.